Guys, it's Cynthia with Healing Holden again. Sorry, no makeup. Kind of greasy today, but I needed to get this video out for you. So, hi, and sorry about all this. Pay more attention to the screen than to me. I just wanted to show you today, this particular episode is about gluten sensitivity and what that means for autism and actually a lot of different mental disorders and other autoimmune disorders like Hashimoto's and there's a slew of them, Parkinson's, you name it, especially when it has to do with the nervous system. My son Holden has autism. This is the, I think, 6th episode of Healing Holden, and I wanted to show you this lab that we did for him to detect gluten sensitivity. So let me move my picture out of the way a little bit. There we go. Hi. Yeah, there's a good place to put it. Okay, so here is his HLA-DQ lab that we did. And what it is a genetic screening for a lack of, a lack of genes that will allow you to produce enzymes that will cleave the gluten molecule. And gluten's not just in wheat, barley, and rye, like they say. That is actually just the highest amount of them. Gluten is in all grains. So if you do have this issue, the problem that you're having is that grains are supposed to go through the intestinal tract whole so that when you poop, you can, plant it into the ground along with some good manure so you can get it to grow. That's kind of the natural process of the plant to when it's been eaten, like by birds or anything, then subsequently have the seed be planted. So, if you're a Bible reader back in, or if you just like that Ezekiel bread that is in health food stores, you may know that in Ezekiel, God told the Israelites to make a bread out of sprouted grains and not regular grains. So the idea behind sprouted grains is it neutralizes the gluten, and it becomes kind of digested like a regular vegetable versus having to cleave the enzyme or cleave the gluten molecule, which can cause inflammation in the body if you don't cleave it. That's kind of your chemical process with your enzymes in the body, is cleaving these proteins and different molecules that come in, and that's part of the digestive process to break it down. In this case, Holden, this is a celiac disease marker, and his result was that he was positive for celiac associated alleles. What that means is, and you'll see that the DQ down here, his DQ2, there's DQ A1 and B1 were negative, and the DQ8, he had 2 copies of the DQ A1 and 1 copy of the DQB1. So what that means is he will likely get celiac disease because he can't cleave that molecule. And as it says here, the patient is positive for DQ8. Celiac disease risk is approximately this percentage. So this is the concept behind it. If you are genetically gluten sensitive, what that means, or gluten intolerant, that means you can't cleave the molecule. So think about it like in diabetes. With diabetes, you have a genetic predisposition to not be able to process sugars properly. And you have a predisposition for metabolic disorders, et cetera, et cetera. In time, if you don't control your blood sugar, what happens is the sugars go up, and then your pancreas squirts out a bunch of insulin to bring the sugars back down to like a normal level that the body wants to keep it at, because your body always wants some kind of equilibrium of everything. So it has those checks and balances, and the pancreas is what does it for blood sugar. And then over time, your pancreas starts shooting out more and more insulin, and eventually it exhausts the organ. So then you don't have a pancreas shooting out insulin, and your blood sugar just remains high, and that's a diabetes. And then you have to, inject insulin, and that's where all that rolls up into more problems. Well, the same is true with genetic sensitivity to gluten. Once you go through the process of inflammation